was so obsessed with it. So I think it's just genetic loading, and I became like that. My son became like that. But from that time, I've been wanting to act. Like I've always wanted to act.
So you spoke about 8th standard,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Could you name a set of films from that period of your life? Pre-teens, teenage?
I would, all of Kamal sir's movies at that time.
Okay.
Like 8th, 9th and 10th, it was all, we didn't have the opportunity to watch Hindi films. Maybe the only Hindi films I'd have watched is something which like was a huge, like Sholay was a big hit. So I saw Sholay. We'll just have some of these rare Hindi films which come down south. We didn't have the net, of course, so we couldn't surf anything. But I'd watched all of Kamal sir's movies and I tried to fashion myself according to him, you know. So that time it was Varumi Niram Sopu, then Sadma, which was another thing. It came much later, not 80s, a little later. Then Padinaru Vaidinile, which is a beautiful film. Most of my films were, his films. Rajni sir I discovered much later, and like I suddenly discovered style and what he does. But Kamal sir was it. And as a child, I hope I'm not digressing.
No.
What happened is I was always fascinated with acting, but I came across this little booklet wherein there was a schoolmaster who was doing different, like he'll have pictures of himself as a postman, as a beggar, as a communist, as a watchman, as a magician. And it was all with just basic makeup, but he used to look very different in every picture. It was about 100 pages. And that kind of, and already I have Sivaji sir, who you could see one picture and you'll know which movie it is from. And he comes from a very dramatic style of acting. So he could do all that, but you would know, if you see a still, you'll know. So that kind of, struck a deep chord, and I realized that when I become an actor, every film of mine, I should be different, but not just in the pictures. I should walk different, I should talk different, I should laugh different, I should eat different, I should fight different. So I've tried to do that, and it's not just films like Sedu or Pita Magan or whatever. Even my most commercial films like Kandasamy, Dil Dul, I could just be Vikram the star. But what I did is, I'll try to show something very different, like the way they fight, the way Dil will be a guy who wants to be a cop. So his actions will be very sharp, and he's very fit and very lithe. But Sami, I was already a cop. So he will not fight the regular way. It's even a slap will be, cops, they don't punch. It's more like slaps, and because they hit from a position of authority. See, they're not scared, unless they are surrounded by hoodlums and they're going to be killed or something. But otherwise that, and Aparajit was somebody who's like very powerful. So every film I'll try to do that, it's just for even the dance. Like, I don't know if you've seen Tanglan, there's a song where I will dance like somebody who doesn't know how to dance. I've tried to do that, which is very interesting for me as an actor. So I try to...
That's what they say about great acting, that happens through the body language as well.
I don't know. Yeah.
But legendary acting happens through the soul.
Wow. Thanks. I hope I reach that one day.
I think you've already touched that mark, sir.
Let me.
Okay. You have some more room to go, sir.
Yeah. There's always room for improvement, and I always feel acting, like in most crafts, especially acting, you can never have learnt everything. You're never that, like, for instance, like there was that period when Sivaji sir used to act when everything was dramatic. I told you, if he's a coward, he's a coward. If he's brave, he's like that way. And it's all drama. They come from that school. Then we had this thing where it was like normal acting, but a little dramatic. Now, like about 3 years back, the director just told me, don't act. Just be. Every expression is the same. Happiness, sadness, unless you're crying, just be deadpan. So that's a trend. So it keeps shifting, it keeps changing, and you can never learn everything.